What's going on YouTube? And as promised, we have another comparison video. And today we got the 990 V4 and the New Balance 990 V3. Let's break it down and see which one you like more.
Till the sun just won't rise and heaven's under eyes. I'm living to die for you, there ain't none after you.
All right, a lot of you guys ask and like these comparison videos. Every week I'm just gonna film one until I run out of combinations, you know? And this one's a really special one. This is one I'm really excited to do because these are such amazing models and yet so similar but so different. So it's gonna be really fun to break these down and talk about them and see what your guys' thoughts are, because I know a lot of people hold these sneakers very close to their hearts, just like myself. So most of you guys know the 990 V4 is my favorite sneaker of all time. Like, I could wear this every day for the rest of my life. But before that, it was the 990 V3. So I got a lot of love for these sneakers. So it's gonna be tough to you know, break them apart and figure out which one I like more. So first things first, we'll just start off with the materials. Now, the materials on the sneaker are almost identical. You know, from the suede to mesh ratio, these sneakers are basically identical. You get nubuck, you get a lot of mesh, you get some suede. You get basically the same exact materials on both these sneakers all the way around. So that will not be a decision factor because for the most part, they are essentially the same when it comes to materials. The untrained eye might look at these sneakers and not know that they're two different sneakers, you know? I mean, thankfully I have a blue pair so I can kind of distinguish between the two for this video. You get 3M reflective throughout the sneaker on the end, on the toe box. You also get the same laces. The tongues are different though. If you want to take a look at the tongues, you get a nice thicker, more plush tongue on the 990 V3, but the 990 V4's tongue kind of cups your foot and like surrounds your foot a little better. These are very breathable. I've never had a problem. I feel like this is a perfect all year sneaker, especially in the summer. I wear both of these a lot. You know, the mesh is very breathable. The suede is durable, but we'll get into the durability here soon. You got nubuck overlays filled with suede and mesh throughout the entire sneaker. No complaints there. These are the highest quality materials you could find on a sneaker in today's modern world. The suede on these is just so buttery and perfect, and it ages so well, and it's so astonishing, really. It's just perfect on both of these sneakers, and it always has been and always will. Comfort's a huge thing. I'm getting better at these videos, so I know what people are looking for. So when it comes to comfort, they are both extremely comfortable. I just want to say that, but they're different styles of comfort. We'll start off with the 990 V4. Now, both of these shoes have end cap. They have the same technology in them. So there's really no technology difference, say like for a 992 where it has those SBS pods or whatever, but you get the same material and the same midsole almost, and you get end cap as well. So for the 990 V4, you're looking at a nice solid heel. Not quite as solid as the 990 V5, but you're looking for a solid heel. It's a very, I'd say, pretty smooth ride from heel to toe when you take your steps. It's firm, but a little give to it, a little squishiness to it. It is almost the ideal sneaker when it comes to comfort. You're not gonna feel like you're in a V6 where you're just like super plush and bouncing all over the place. This is a very firm and strong sneaker. Obviously, it's a 10 out of 10 comfort. It's a 990 V4. It's perfect. When it comes to comfort, you know, you get that smooth ride, but when you want to talk about smoothness, you got the 990 V3. This is the smoothest transition from heel to toe, but also you get that stability aspect to it. Now, the V6 is pretty smooth from heel to toe, but you don't feel as stable as you do in the 990 V3. You feel solid to the ground as well, super comfortable. You know, I really do think the 990 V3 is more comfortable than the 990 V4. I think that because it's so smooth from heel to toe, and you get a little more plushness to it. It's not like the V4, it's firm, right? It's a good solid firm style. But the 990 V3 just has a little more padding, I would say. It's more fun. You don't even notice a difference from heel to toe, but when you're standing, you do feel that strong end cap, you know, putting you in place. So I would say the V3, you know, kind of blows, I wouldn't say blows the V4 out of the water, but it's a pretty significant difference that I think a lot of people like more than, say, the V4. You know, I'm more leaning towards the V3 when it comes to comfort in that aspect, just because I love that smooth transition from heel to toe. You also feel a little bit higher off the ground in the V3. You know, I feel a little more like, you feel closer to the ground. You feel more like anchored down in the V4. But I think if you're gonna be walking a lot, you definitely want to have either or, but I think if you had to pick, the V3 would kind of take that option. And I think a lot of reason why that transition is so smooth, kind of going back to materials, is you do get a carbon fiber plate and the bottom of the 990 V3. For the 990 V4, you get a plastic one. Obviously, plastic is not as awesome as carbon fiber, and it really adds that flex and smoothness from heel to toe. This is just something you're not really seeing in sneakers these days, and the 990 V3 does a phenomenal job of putting that technology. So it's such a bare minimum piece of technology, just a carbon fiber plate, but it does the trick to no one's belief. Like it's exceptional. Going off of durability, these are some of the most durable sneakers a man can own. I think when you wear a sneaker every day and you want comfort, you want quality, you want style, and you want all these things, look no further. The V3 or the V4 is going to be your best friend. There's no comparison between durability. I feel like both these sneakers are about as durable as a sneaker can get with all these materials on them. The suede holds up very well. This V4 has been through the ringer, and you wouldn't be able to tell it's 2 years old. Now this V3 is a little bit newer. I got this earlier this year, I think, and it does a great job of aging, especially in this blue pair. You're gonna be able to age it a little bit better. It looks so good once that navy blue suede is, kind of roughed up a little bit. It's just a great looking sneaker. These sneakers do not bottom out. I know sometimes the V6 can, even some 1906s, from just my experience, will bottom out comfort-wise. A lot of other shoe brands will. I would say almost every shoe brand bottoms out. What that means is just like the comfort just kind of just becomes dud. It's just like, The V4 and the V3 will always retain their comfort, if not get more comfortable over time, and that just shows how durable they are. The laces, the suedes, the meshes, the overlays, the reflectives, like everything on the sneaker will stand the test of time and be able to last year after year after year after year, and it'll keep looking amazing. And say, oh, one day it does die, you'll just be able to go buy a new pair. That's the beauty in buying these beautiful core colorways and these New Balance sneakers. I've worn this V4 for 2 years now, and the outsole has only shown a little bit of wear. And that's insane to even see that, because 990s take forever to wear out. The outsoles are pretty similar, almost identical. You just get a little bit of track patterns that are different between the two. But both these outsoles are thick endurance outsoles. They have a thick rubber outsole that's gonna be able to, get you through any terrain and move you from place to place with no problem. These sneakers will last you as long as you need them to. That's the case for every made model, I feel. These are just different, like that suede is so durable. Take care of it, brush it here and there, when you get clean or whatever. These sneakers will last you as long as you want them to. Now my favorite part is the aesthetic of these sneakers. Yes, they look very similar, but they give off such different aesthetics, For the V4, you get a nice modern look, a sleek design paired with just prestige and presidential feel. Like, this is a very exclusive looking sneaker. It'll be popular forever. The 990 V4 will be gorgeous forever. And then you take a look at the 990 V3 and you get a more retro vibe. I think of like 2002 when I see this sneaker, like 2003. It just looks so retro. It'll stand the test of time. They both will. But this just has that permanent retro feel that will never go away. It just looks amazing. Both of these sneakers have a different feel. Like, I love the way I feel in both of them, but the 990 V3 just feels so retro. I feel like I'm my dad when I wear these sneakers. It's such a great feeling. The midsoles are pretty similar. You do get that same end cap branding on them. Just a little bit of, like I said, more modern design on the V4 compared to the V3. You get more of like a bubble look on the back of the heel, and then you get more of like a sleek bullet feel on the V4. Both look good. I honestly like the V4 more just because I think it looks more sleek, but the V3 obviously, that's calling card. That's how you can really tell it's a V3 when it got those bubbles on the back. The backs are almost identical, which I think is good. I love that little hint of red. That V3, that might be like the prettiest red of all time. So I'm really a big fan of that. I love the V4 so much, and I swear by it, but like, talking about the V3, this just does not get enough love in today's world. The V3 is the middle child. Like, we really got to talk about how amazing the V3 is. For the sizing, I would say go true to size. Like I said the other day, I put on a V4 and a 9.5 instead of a 10, and it was just too snug. I would say the same for the 990 V3. Just go true to size. It's the most comfortable fit. You don't want to play around too much with sizing. For versatility, these are the most versatile sneakers of all time, no question. You could honestly wear, like people say an Air Force One is versatile, an Air Jordan 1, whatever. When you want to talk about like getting married and then you want to go play basketball with your friends and then you want to go for a run, or you want to go to work, like the 990 V3 and V4 will do everything you ask for them. And they will look phenomenal in each setting. You know, I could throw a suit on with these, and then I could go like throw on some gym shorts and a tank top and look good in these. Like, the sky's the limit for the V3 and the V4. Both will carry any outfit and complete any outfit. If you're ever in question what shoe to wear, just throw on your gray V4 or gray V3. They will never let you down, and I promise you that. The versatility and the stylishness of these sneakers will never die. You know, these sneakers will always be made, and they will always, always, always look good with anything you choose to wear them with. Show me an outfit where a V3 doesn't look good, because I've never ever found an outfit where either of these sneakers did not look good. If I'm ever like, what do I need to wear? Either one of these will do the job. I promise you that. So as far as like availability of these sneakers, like where can you buy them? The 99 V4, I think is being sent away. I think we're gonna see a little bit less of the V4. I think they're gonna kind of like slowly push this out. The V3 is currently not on New Balance's website. You can only buy it through secondary markets. But it's not that expensive. You know, you can find it for a reasonable price. You know, you can find a used pair on eBay. That's what I probably will do to find a gray pair. I just bought the Teddy Santa's Season 1 V3 on that white leather, the sea salt colorway. It was 24 bucks. It's beat to heck, but I'm gonna show you guys, look, they do have a second life no matter what. Like the 99 V3 is extremely durable, and that's one of the reasons why I bought that sneaker. You can find these sneakers wherever. If you wanna go buy them today, you could probably go to any like sneaker store, like a Foot Locker or even Dick's Sporting Goods, or just any place that sells like reasonable sneakers. You could get a V4 today. V3, you might have to do a little bit of searching and digging. Both of these sneakers I love so much and so dear to my heart. There is no which is better, which is like, they're almost identical in my eyes, which one you should buy. Just buy them both. You guys know that. I say that in every video of these comparison videos. Just buy them both, and then you make the decision yourself. Like, these are just some of the greatest sneakers of all time, and there's really not much else to say about them other than you need to go try them for yourself. The V3, if you want that more retro, stylish, you know, like throwbacks, little vibe, go ahead with the V3. You want that smooth roll from heel to toe, and you want to feel just a little bit of plushness in your steps, get this. If you want a more modern, timeless, beautiful, sleek-looking sneaker, get the V4. If you like that more firm feel, the V4 is your guy. You know, there's really, it's up to you at this point. You know, I love these sneakers so much, and I don't know which one I would pick. You know, obviously I love the V4, but seeing that V3 in this video, like talking about it, just makes me realize how much I love it still. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know which shoes you want me to compare next. I'm down to compare all of them. I have all the time in the world to compare sneakers now, and I love doing it. So let me know what kind of shoes you want me to compare next. New Balance, obviously. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.